Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is a good day to play Surviving Mars for many reasons. Let's list them. First of all, it's release day for Surviving Mars. I played this on an early access release, provided by them wonderful devs over at Hamamont, publisher's Paradox. I've been looking forward to this game for a while, just because it looked like a very cool city buildery type thing, and I didn't really know what to expect when I sat down to play the game. But I was really pleasantly surprised when I actually sat down to play it, that it feels like a roguelike city builder. I didn't really get to the point where the roguelikeness kicked into gear, aka where I got shit on for not surviving. But I could start to see that my colony was beginning to fall apart. So, because it's now updated and released today and everything patched, my old saves don't work, which I'm kind of happy about, because I wanted to start a new colony today. But I always feel the slight guilt because there's a lot of expectation for people who watched last week, but now all those people's expectations get run into the hard wall of the saves don't work. Specifically, the saves are unstable, I think was the official word on the street. So I'm really excited to play this game. For any of you who are curious about this game, I just want to state, I think the biggest downside is the learning curve, in that I feel like a excellent, simple model for understanding a lot of, multiplayer games, especially, is what are your goals, what are your tools in order to achieve that goal, and what are your obstacles in the way of you achieving that goal. This is why I think Overwatch is such an excellent introductory experience for a player. What's your goal? Go to the goddamn point! And of course everyone in chat's like, I've never played with anyone who knows that. But right, there's the one goal. What are your tools? Very clearly laid out as the buttons that your hero has, and it's contained within the hero, right? You hold F1, there's all your tools right there. What are the obstacles? The other players, and you need to kill them in order to be able to capture the point, lest they kill you. All right? So, the thing that I really struggled with initially with this game, and honestly the fact that I was live made it fantastic. The fact that I was live was really great. Because I really love sort of learning things and talking about what I'm thinking through. But when the game begins, it's not really clear what your goals are, or what the obstacles are, or even what your upcoming tools will be. In that, I vaguely know it's about surviving Mars, but what does that mean? What resources are valuable? Why should I be going for power versus concrete? Should I be hoarding? Like, I don't really know these things. And when I sat down to play on the new game, it didn't really hammer a lot of that home. It just sort of is like, here's the next breadcrumb, go get it. Okay, here's the next breadcrumb, go get it. But I didn't get an overarching sense of what my goals were. So what I want to do is I kind of want to lay down that, for any of you who haven't played this game, I want to lay down that your basic goals in the game is to get... I actually don't know the win condition. That's one thing I don't know, but I believe it's to build a wonder on Mars. I believe that's the ultra goal, is that you have this checklist of shit. The penultimate one is have a thriving colony, and then the ultimate goal is, boom, build a wonder. But the sort of intermediate things are, first, you want to bring people to Mars, so you want to get life support resources, food and oxygen, and the dome. There's all these little puzzles and struggles in order to get to that. Then once you start getting people there, you have to get more colonists to be able to generate the resources that you need to win the game. And there's all sorts of problems that come up with the colonists, such as their emotional needs. Such as them having enough comfort and relaxation and entertainment and all these kinds of things. And I am starting to see, upon watching some more streams in between then and now, that the real underlying problem that starts to crop up is you're starting to see the long-term maintenance costs and the long-term problems arise from your early game decision. You need machine parts in order to repair wind turbines. Wind turbines make power. So I built a bunch of wind turbines. I was feeling great. Then I realized, oh shit, I'm out of machine parts. So all my wind turbines broke. Everything started getting powered down. And then I started to be like, oh my gosh. Okay. I need to make sure next time I'm generating those early. So I did that again. And then I ran out of concrete. As in, like, my concrete mines, I didn't get too deep into the game to be able to run out. So then I finally played a game where I ran out of concrete. And I was sort of like, oh. Oh. And then, as you start spreading out, which you need to do, because, remember, there's a lot of upkeep for a lot of your structures. So you want to ensure that you are collecting more metals, collecting more concrete, so you're spreading out. But how do you transport the resources from one location to the other easily? So, you know, I played City Skylines, and City Skylines tickled a very different pleasure in me, where, you know, in City Skylines, the problems were almost there just to kind of amuse and entertain you. You know, it was like, there's a traffic problem. You know, your city's going to be fine. I'm going to be honest, your city's just great. Right? It's just fantastic. You're just building a beautiful city. It's easy, but the point, I think, for City Skylines when I played, it never felt like it was trying to be hard. I never felt like I had a real challenge. And so for that reason, I was like, okay, great. This is just a beautiful city building game. And, you know, solving the traffic problems is tricky, but it's not punitive. You know, it's difficult to do that, but it's not like you're going to die. And what I'm really liking about this, in contrast to the other roguelike city builder I played recently, They Are Billions, is that in They Are Billions, a lot of the loss conditions for me felt a little bit abrupt. It felt a little bit like, oh, I didn't watch that one exit, the entire thing is dead, there it goes, boom, done. This is a little more long-term. Like, okay, I am building a bunch of things that have this long-term maintenance cost, and I need to think about that. Alashrad says, this felt like Banished in Space to me. God, Alashrad, that's actually a really nice comparison. So I'm just unbelievably excited to play this game. And there's a really significant reason why I'm excited. Look at my eye. Look into my eye. Look at it. Look, you're not... Look at it. Do you see how not red it is? I mean, it still has some redness there, but... Thumbs up, huh? You know what is this? Is this how I should stream? Yeah, I had an allergic reaction in my left eye, is the diagnosis. So I'm disallowed from wearing contacts for just a few days. And so... This is a really nice game to be able to play. Hearthstone's also a really nice game. I have a real hard time focusing. Or I should say I have a real hard time concentrating. I don't want to be the punny guy. And I've just been in a little bit of a... I guess I'd say a grumpy mood. I've just been in, like, not a grump, but just sort of a frowny mood the last few days. Been having a hard time sleeping because I tried to reset my sleep schedule for the early morning. And, I mean, if any of you saw my second half stream yesterday, I was dejected by the end of it. There's a rage quit and then there's a frown quit. I frown quit the stream yesterday. I didn't even upload that video to YouTube, man. We're not gonna take a look at that one. I'm just really excited about this because it just makes me happy. You know, it's a game that brings me happy. It brought me a lot of happiness then, and I'm really excited to play it. I've actually been really looking forward to playing this as much as possible. I played it over the weekend, last weekend, and I've just had a busy week with a little bit of tough sleepy times, so I haven't gotten the chance to play again, so I'm just very excited for this. So let's go ahead and let's just set it. You know, I liked US because it's simple, periodic additional funding. It's easy. It's fun. It's easy. And I like how much research it provides. It seems like these later ones just kind of struggle with... Look at this. Wow. No research per soul. Shit. This game just, really, I think, does not do the best job explaining stuff at the start. And, you know, I think that, like, thus far, that's, like, far and away my most significant critique. And I'm not harping on that because it's such a problem. I'm sort of bringing that up because I don't want anyone here who plays the game to be initially daunted by that new learning experience, because it took me about 2 hours, 2.5 hours to feel like I got it. And then I had a blast. Oh god, I had such a blast. So let's see. Drones are gradually optimized to work and construct faster until Sol 100. Let's see. Autonomous hubs. Drone hubs no longer require power maintenance. Wow. Fuel production increased. Arcology unlocks a residential spire. Water reclamation. I think Hydro Engineer's tight. Doctor. Minimum comfort required for birth lowered by 15. STEM reconstruction. Colony lifespan is increased. Okay. 5 additional sanity while resting in their homes. Behavioral shaping unlocks sanitarium. Okay. See, I don't know enough about the colonist experience. All funding games are increased by 20%. Ooh. Repeatable tech that grants funding. Oh, that seems like a baby game. Breakthrough text research 30% faster. Autonomous sensors. What are we thinking, huh? What are we thinking? I gotta close my eye because again, this is the focusing thing that's been driving me crazy. What is this? Did I get bitten by something? I have a little scratchy thing. It looks like a little small spider bite. Start with a rare metal deposit revealed. Deep scanning. Allows the scanning of sectors for deep deposits. Oh, that's different. Alright, what do we want to be? What's the plus minus in your eyes? My left eye is minus 7.5. And this was. I'm gonna get LASIK on this eye soon. Well, it's PRK in this eye, but I got PRK. Yeah, I had minus 8 and minus 7.5. And so, they only let you do PRK in one eye at a time when it's that significant. So, by the way, this is why I say it's frustrating, is because, like, I really can't see out of this eye, and when you have a vision differential that's that significant, you can't wear glasses, because, you know, glasses bends bends the light, so you have this eye bent and this eye not, and so you just you get sick and vomit a lot. What if we randomed? Colony logo. Don't panic, of course. With the mission commander... Oh, it grants various benefits. I see. I see. Yeah, so, I mean... PRK is basically like Mega LASIK. You know, I gotta get my... I erased on my whiteboard. Let me rewrite on my whiteboard. Hydroponics. Just random the mission. Alright. We're randoming. We're not gonna random the mission sponsor. Hell no. Random mystery. Did this really go down by a little bit? Oh, like if I hit this random... Oh, it actually changes it. So if I like do politician and then go random again... I'm just gonna go Hydro Engineer, man. Hydro Engineer is so tight. By the way, for any of you who've never gotten LASIK, It's comically easy. They give you a little pill to like chill you out, and they like sit you down on this giant machine, and then they go. Okay, we're good. All right, what are the prefab buildings? I think a drone hub's going to be nice, just to be able to get some things going. Fuel refinery, I don't think I necessarily need right now. Stirling generators. I don't exactly know. Machine parts factory requires humans. Electronics factory requires humans. Polymer factory requires humans. I think I maybe want... Orbital probes are always nice. I don't really need the food yet. I kind of think I just want more drones. What do you think, huh? I think this is what I want to do. I don't think I need Stirling generators. Okay, so we're going to look for a 100% zone. Alright, so we have Arabia Alpha. A lot of concrete. Not much water. Some metals. A lot of cold waves. Cats would not like that. This just has a lot of resources. Xanth Alpha. Marineris Alpha's seems pretty good. I mean, there's not a lot of threats, there's a lot of water, there's just not a lot of concrete. How difficult should we go? How difficult should we go, huh? I mean, this looks amazing. Amazium. Excuse me, Elysium Beta looks amazing. Meteors equals more fun. See, I don't know why this is... See, look at this. This is 115% versus 75%. Like, why is this 115%? I think I'm gonna go Elysium Beta. Just 115% difficulty. I mean, we could go like super hardcore mode. And where's that? There's like a 160 over here. Topography rough. That's the real issue with that, is it's rough-ass topography. Looks nice. Not a lot of metals there, but this has a lot of metals. I'm gonna do this one. I'm just gonna do Elysium Beta, man. Maybe I'm an Elysium Beta. Why not Olympus Mons, says Darian525. Well, why not? Why aren't you on Olympus Mons right now? Butthead face. Oh my god! Oh! Oh, why don't you go take a rocket ship to Olympus Mons and cry at the tippy top of your huge mountain, Darian525. I'm drooling, sorry. I'm salivating at my own savagery. Kapow! That's right! Did you see when Day 9 got lightly poked by Darian and then he instructed him to go to Mars? Yes, it was the sickest burn ever. I'll have to remember that for the next argument I get in. It's real hard to take myself that seriously, because like I know my eyes are crossed, because one of my eyes is not focusing. So one of my eyes is just not operating. Where's my other coffee? Okay. I'm going to be doing a lot of closing of this eye. Okay, so I'm just going to pause it right away. So we got some water right there, which is nice. One of the things that I really, really dislike in this is that I can't really zoom back farther than that. So here's the concrete deposit. So there's mountains to this side, so I think that I'm going to explore this and just see what's there. There's a lot of wonders. There's a lot of water. Maybe up here. Jeez. Okay, so I think that first things first, we're just going to land vaguely nearby here. Poop out my nerds. Alright, so that's going to be there. Let's go ahead and get some research started. What do we have? So we already have water reclamation, because we be excellent. Apartments. I think I'm going to want to build a lot of apartments in this game. Oh. But we're obviously going to want the researcher. Surface heater. What are the issues that we're actually going to have? You don't have a sponsor yet, so I think that's fine to do. Did you call the police to inform them that you're missing a functional eye? Yeah, I called my police. I yelled at the front desk. We did it all. Okay. Alright, so let's get some storages built. Universal Depot, where are we mainly going to be building things? I think we're mainly going to be building things a little to the south here. So I'm going to plop this puppy down here. I think we're going to put a good old concrete depot right next to where we're going to do some concrete mining. What are the other things we want? We definitely want a, well, a battery. You know, I'm just going to, we're going to do a lot of thoughtful stuff here. We're going to concrete extraction here. I saw a really sick spot here. I'm going to back it up just a little bit there, like that, because that's good. So we're going to get some drones here. So this is the RC rover here. Now, we're not going to do an insane amount of naming. We're not going to do an insane amount of naming because I actually think we're going to wind up with tons of colonists here. And if we spend all our time naming, we're going to be doing that all day. Concrete patches. Oh, that's too far from drones. Okay, so let's at the very least rename the rovers. Mr. Jack Art. Yeah, you're my RC rover, Mr. Jack Art. Who's this? This is RC Explorer. Who's like Explorer who's adventurous? Box Boat Engineered. Of course Box Boat Engineered would be that. Box Boat Engineered who loves to explore. Go find the shit out of some science here. We're just gonna begin some construction here. We also have our RC Transport, which can collect resources from afar. Who's a very transporting kind of person? Dubsy, 30... Oops. Now, is this Dubs Sweden 37, or is this Dubsy 37? If I go to my map, I think I simply haven't scanned that. Get out of here. Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, just get the rocks. Oh my god, look at all my little productive guys going. Excellent, 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 excellent. So if I go back to the infrastructure, we should have a drone hub here. It's going to be able to do all of our shit. I'll go ahead and build this here. Now, obviously, the biggest thing that we're missing is power. So let's just start building things. Now, we could do some battery storage right over here, and I think that would be nice. So let's just put down our first Stirling generator, which generates infinite energy. I'm gonna have the base be semi-organized. I don't want it too organized because I just am a lover of asymmetry. So there's our drone hub. But we're just gonna make sure I'm not too dumb. I think that we can actually go with another one. Now, if I look at my resources, I just got to make sure I don't overbuild this stuff. Because, for instance, I'm going to basically be on ×3 throughout this. Alright, yeah, good job, guys. Just want some construction over here. Alright, great. Oh, look at these industrious little drones. Perfect. Woo, baby. Alright, so this rocket, actually, let's see how many drones it has assigned to it. Let me actually explain what I'm doing right now. So, here's my goal. My first basic goal is that I'm going to want to be able to generate some oxygen, and some water. Because if I get those, then I can build the dome that will contain all of my colonists. So in order to do those, I'm going to have to build a couple of things. I'm going to have to build this, where is it? It's under life support. I'm going to have to build this water extractor, which can extract from the ground. I could also produce a moisture vaporator, which can suck it right out of the sky. Basically, it's, you know, it's not sucking it out of the sky. It's like, you know, condensing from the atmosphere. But there's a lot of water in here, so I think that I could maybe just go straight for a water extractor. All extractors contaminate nearby buildings with dust. This is the thing that I need to be a little more thoughtful of, is that when you build this water extractor, it has this ring of the dustiness that's going to be out on there. And what's the other thing I'm going to need? I'm going to need a moxie, which produces oxygen. Okay. So we're going to have some life support systems here. We're going to have some power over here, and I think that this extends... Ah, God, Day 9 is the master of planning. And so we're building out. And so I'm just kind of getting some of my basics up. We're going to build a dumping site right... I think right over here. It's very important to me that things be very beautiful. What does this mean? Not working drones? That's right. We just haven't built all the power cabling yet. Did you play this before lunch? I played it last week. Played it last week. Is there that much water in the atmosphere of Mars?
Analyzed. Milestone achieved.
All right, so anomaly's been analyzed.
There's more to the barren environs of the red planet than meets the eye. A veritable treasure trove of undiscovered knowledge and wonder.
Oh, wow, look at all those
texts.
texts.
Where to look.
Okay, so I got... great job researching, Box. Good Box. What a good box, engine nerd. So we got drone swarm, fuel compression, hydroscopic vaporators. So this just opened up one layer of research for me. So what's this? Vaporators produce more, but I'm not going to be producing those for a little bit, so we don't need that. Rocket cargo space increased by 10k kilograms. 10 or 10 kgs. So I don't think I'm actually going to be using that much rocket stuff for a little bit. So that's low priority, but eventually you're sending rockets back and forth a shitload. Drone hubs are constructed with 2 additional drones, and maximum drones is increased by 80. I kind of am into that. I'm kind of into this because I'm starting to realize that as the game goes on, if you have tight clusters of stuff, you really need a lot of drones. For any of you who don't know what the hell any of this means, drone hubs, so the way workers function is instead of controlling each individual worker, you have a hub that is sort of in charge of a region, and drones do the automated tasks in that region. So you could, for instance, do something like make a structure, increase the priority of that, decrease the priority of the other 3, or the other things within the drone hub's sphere of influence, and all of your drones will then focus on the construction of that building first. God, I sound like I know what I'm talking about, but my eyes crossed. Let's go ahead and put in a little bit of these eye drippy droppies. If you guys could remind me at... Took one in the morning, took one then. If you remind me at 6 p.m. Pacific, an hour before my show's done, that I need to put in more eye drops. I try to remember myself, but I want to make sure I do that as well. Hey, Miss Meowza, good to see you. I'm also going to be a responsible caretaker, get myself water and coffee. All right, water, coffee, water, coffee, water, coffee. All right, I've secured the coffee. Okay, I did it. Just want to make sure we keep drinking a lot of water so we don't get too dehydrated. phone alarm will also be set for 6 p.m. for my eye drops. God, I'm such a responsible bear. Taking care of ourselves. I mean, it's more fun to have chat yell at me than it is to have my phone yell at me, but, you know. Get that off the research queue. What are these other things? Where applicants will start to appear on Earth. Power production increased. That's good. I really like wind turbine generatronics. Let's do this, and I'm also going to outsource. I'm going to do 10,000 souls for 2 million, or 10,000 research. So that way we can get this done and get this done. Great. Okay, great. So, I was talking about the drone hubs with my crossed eyes. Part of the reason I want to get those drone hubs increased to 80 is if there's a lot of tasks that are requiring things, I want to make sure that all these drones, look at how many drones we have, for instance. I think all these are going to become... It's really annoying to reassign the drones. The Athena #1 can also do some controls here. Alright, great. So it looks like, open this, so we're generating tons of power. We absolutely need to ensure that we construct these, so I'm going to increase the priority of these batteries. And where do we want all this metal to be deposited? Where do I think I'm actually going to build that much? I think I'm going to make my metals depot just right here. I think that's good. Is every task performed by a drone? Absolutely, yeah. So you see all these little drones, they're wandering into my spaceship, and they are gathering up these resources, which you see ticking down, and you can see the little adorable guys making their way down here. Like, for instance, drone number 12 is carrying some polymers and just dropping them off here. And you can see the resources piling up. Batteries really need to get produced. Okay, that's fantastic. So now what we want to do is oh, completely forgot. So scanning sectors is the way that I'm going to try to find more nearby things that I can do, like find concrete, find more research materials. I think I want to research this first, because I think I'm going to be building more down in this direction. And then this one over here, I think seems good. But we're going to want to build some more... Oops. We're going to want to build some other infrastructural pieces here.
Anomaly analyzed.
Oh, look, anomalies analyzed. So let me get out of this menu and click on
There's more to the barren environs of the red planet than meets the eye.
Okay. There's more to the barren environs of the red planet than meets the eye.
And wonder, so long as you know where to look.
So we've unlocked some more text to research. Physics increases production by 24%, but also increases power consumption. For extractors. What's this? Rockets and shuttles require less fuel. I'm going to need this eventually, so I think let me get this out of the way. Oh, and while we're paused, where's our achievements? This is milestones and score. Yep. Alright, that just opens up when you right-click generally. Manage radio channels and volume. Nice. Never heard of this. I didn't know this was a thing. Yeah. Here's what I have to do. Here's constructing a wonder. I believe that this is the win condition. So we can, in fact, deplete the entire map of concrete. So in terms of the long-term planning that I'm going to be doing, let me go ahead and just start a few buildings, and then we'll let those things produce, and we'll just admire our little adorable guys. In terms of these resources, like this, has a limited amount of concrete in it. I think it's like maybe a few hundred concrete. 500-600. So if I collect all of this, I'm gonna have to build another extractor here, and another extractor here, and then power this puppy down.
Complete.
Explore AI, great, so now I'm getting more research. Alright, let's see. Remote-controlled vehicle that transports. Yeah, let's go ahead and have you unload those things there. RC Explorer, just keep exploring. Thank you so much, Boxboat. I think I'm going to go ahead and begin setting up life support systems. I don't see a reason why not. How many drones? It says it has 7 drones, and this thing, I believe, has... Alright, so you are going to go here. So here's my drone reallocation, where I think this is the worst UI thing in the game. Everything else is pretty great. Where I have to individually select the drones. I click on the rocket ship, it puts an arrow above the drone. I click on the drone, and then I right-click it on the drone hub to reassign. Is there a faster way to do that? I'm not sure. Okay. I'm going to go down here, and then I think I'm going to build some life support systems. So I can go ahead and build some power cables. Ah. Damn, I really don't want that thing to block. That will annoy me a lot. I'll finish that in a second. Alright, so now I'm going to also build... I'm going to unpause it and just keep it at low speed. Let's get life support going, huh? Water extractor. Oops. Water extractor. I think I want it to... And then let's... Alright, so right now, Dubsy is clearing the way here. Just gonna keep building some power. Great. So here's the thing, is that, like, see this maintenance? I'm realizing that this is, like, the huge critical... stretch. Yeah, this is, like, the critical thing. If you start running up too many maintenance costs on things that you don't have the resource for, you can screw yourself. That one guy in 1989 says something I noticed in my time playing. The longer and more interconnected your power cabling is, and faster and more likely to start breaking and leaking power. Huh, to start... That makes sense. Isn't it just adorable seeing these little guys go? It's like my favorite part of the game. You know, in a lot of these games where there's construction and you can, like, max speed it, I tend not to max speed because I just like watching the little guys go. So we're just sort of gobbling up all that there is to gobble up here. So the drone's load is still heavy. Okay. Increase the service load of this.
Research complete. Anomaly analyzed.
Oh, okay. So we analyzed an anomaly here, and it gave us just a crap load of research. So this is actually really great. This music is incredible. Does this... how do I close this? Okay, so what do we want to do next? Probes are cheaper and can deep scan. The universe is under no obligation to make sense to you, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Neil deGrasse Tyson is a figure I both... Music's a tad loud. Yeah, let me just turn it down just a pinch. I kind of like this space cowboy stuff. Neil deGrasse Tyson is someone I both look up to a lot, and I've watched a lot of his speeches and talks, and they're great. And obviously Cosmos is great. But sometimes he can be a bit of a brash person. I think needlessly. I'm To quote Neil deGrasse Tyson, there's the information, the truth that you might want to convey to another person. Maybe it's truth, maybe it's an opinion, or just something like that. But then there's sensitivity to the status of the other person's brain space. And it's the information plus the sensitivity that has impact. I think sometimes Neil deGrasse Tyson can be a little insensitive. But, you know, it happens. Sometimes people are just insensitive because they're having an off day. RC transport harvest resources faster and maximum storage is increased by 15. You know what? Oh my god, drones and rovers are increased. Oh, bam. Boom, bam. Boom, bam, boom. Oh god, I love getting research. Probes are cheaper. And can deep scan. I don't know if I can. Just gonna make sure I keep researching some stuff in biotech for when my dome gets constructed. Okay, great. Get on it, Dubsy. This music, man. It's me, Space Sean. Wah! Do you think there's any downside to building a whole lot of these infrastructural sensor towers? Maintenance is just one. It does cost electronics, but I don't think I'm using that right now. I think I'm just going to build several sensor towers, because I would like to be able to scan. I think that this gets bonus scanning on adjacent sectors, but there's still a lot of sectors nearby. Okay, so one thing I learned is that these also need a dumping site. Oh my gosh, you know who loves anomalies? You know who's like obsessed with anomalies? Box, boat, engineered. God, there's so much, and he's still over here scanning this thing. So there's some more concrete down there, which is great. That is fantastic. So we're also going to need...
Vehicle battery low.
Okay, whose vehicle battery is low? Oh, you got tired. You got tired. Okay. Stay there for a little bit. Dubsy, we're going to go ahead and have you just unload all your stuff here. Let's build some more life support systems, yeah? Let's build pipes that are going to go from here, I think, over to, like, here. Okay, how do I want this to look? That's an interesting question. I think this is going to look really pretty.
Frontier with me, Kim Tae-hee. We supply an endless hit parade of musical home runs.
Did you hear this, man? Endless musical home runs. Was that the in-game music or Day Nights? That's the in-game music, man. That's the in-game ass music. Alright, so because aesthetics are very important to me, let's build this out a little bit here. Oh, this is going to look great. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have some water stuff down here. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build some pipes out like this. Boink. And then we're gonna... You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have the water towers be over here. You know, I'm gonna give it a little space so it's not just like right at the point. Part of these games is about, of course, making things beautiful. See no reason not to build 3, which requires metals. Oxygen tanks, I see no reason not to build 3. God, would you listen to that endless supply of musical home runs? So the upkeep on these things is just metal, and we have a little metal depot right there. So it makes a lot of logical sense to us, doesn't it? This is like more sciencey Factorio. It's a little different. Factorio feels quite a bit like programming.
Our initial spectrographic analysis confirmed it. Chromium, To find such a rich deposit of such a rare metal. Important was an understatement.
Yeah, Factorio is a lot like programming. But it does feel a little Factorio-esque. I don't know, this game has not pressed me as hard as Factorio has, because in Factorio, if things are mildly inefficient, it explodes immediately, right? Like, if you're getting... if you need resource A and B to produce C, you need 1A and 1B to produce 1C. If you have, like, 1.1 units of A coming in and 1 unit of B coming in, immediately shit is completely out of whack. So you need to be very careful and very deliberate with all your setups. So you're doing nothing but managing traffic problems in that game. I've not had that sensation in this game. This feels much more like long-term planning, I think. I'm sort of thinking about that. This is really fantastic, though, that I hit that. I think L is my research. No, L is my milestones. What's my research? H. So in engineering, because we researched that, everything is deducted 10% in the cost, which is just a big pile of fist pumps for me. All right, let's also go to our map, because this is getting scanned. I just want to make sure all the things locally scanned. Alright, you're tired. You gotta just go recharge a little bit. Alright, Dubsy needs some metals to go. Fine, we're gonna let him go get those. Yeah, box boat engineer getting pumped up! Oh, it's not connected to a thing. Yep, anomaly analyzed. Great. So I think we're going to be able to get a dome full of people pretty soon. Power shortage. Okay. So we're going to... I want to be a little thoughtful and a little careful with how I do my power. I think it's very easy to spam. It's probably fine right now.
Research complete.
Oh, and then I did not produce any oxygen generating things. So let's go ahead and make a Moxie.
Sector scanned.
Alright, we found a whole bunch of concrete there, which is great. I'm gonna make some of these. This is gonna generate 3 hourly. This is... oh, we don't even know that yet. The drone's load is heavy, but I think we're actually okay. Alright, we're gonna kind of walk over here just to make sure that Mr. Jackart can properly produce stuff. And I think Box Boat is now charged up enough. Silent Raid for the win. What up, Sacriel? Oh my god, is the 42nd here. The 42nd 9th combined together for 4/29, which is a relatively uninteresting day in April. Oh my god, dude, Sacriel! We gotta do something on April 29th. I'm drooling because this is such a good idea. 4/29, the 42nd day night. What are we doing on April 29th? What are we doing on April 29th? I mean, I've committed myself to doing this. Wow, I didn't say 420 because, you know what? I do not like marijuana. And I get that it's the miracle drug that people take that helps them with anxiety and medical conditions and all that good stuff. That's fantastic, that's fine. But here's the thing, there's a difference between someone who is a user of marijuana than a pot smoker. You know what I mean? Pot smokers are like, oh, did you smoke? And what did you smoke? And then they do this, they go, dude, you you have to smoke Blendica or whatever the, you know, they get really like, it's everything you do. That's not the right voltage on your, you have to roll it in seaweed, and they have all these rules and garbage. Not interested in any of that. Marijuana is fine. A guy who's really high, I'm totally okay with. I am not a user of pot. That's okay. And that's okay if you are. That's okay. But we're not going to turn into that 420 person. Be like, oh my god, 420, blaze it. Oh, it's a Tuesday. I have to go work, and I'm going to get high for no reason because I don't have things to do. As always, there are snobs of all cultures, and it is very fun to tease them. I'm sure I'm a snob of stuff. There is totally stuff that I'm a snob of. Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly, indubitably. Alright, my drone loads low. Aw, Moxie! Alright, let's take a look at our production statuses. Alright, so this little guy's like, I'm not doing anything. Oh, I'm carrying nothing. I'm doing nothing. I'm waiting for the recharge station to become available. This drone hub is a massive recharge station. I'm a cat snob. Yeah, actually, yeah, no, I am a cat snob, 100%. She's like, that's not how Despy likes to be pet. I'm a snob about my own cats, 100%. They only get the healthiest food and the best cat scratch pads, and they have all the various ways they like to get rubbed and patted.
Welcome back. I'm Kim Tae-hee, and you are listening to The Red Frontier. I guess you all know I'm a huge baseball fan.
We have a oxygen surplus and a water surplus, which is great. These are all going to require metal. And so what I would ideally like is Dubsy is a hard-working rover who don't need no drone hub tying him down.
There's more to the barren environs of the Red Planet than
Rover Command AI. What's Rover Command AI? The RC rover no longer needs recharging. Starts with 4 additional drones. Command limit increased to 12.
I think it is important to point out that
Mr.
both
Jack
France
Art,
and Great
look at you
Britain
go.
have
Oh
extensive
my
colonial
god.
interests in America. Therefore, they may have both contributed, to some extent anyway. Well, in the end, I don't really care. I still love baseball. Let's roll the next track.
Is this a man with a Korean name and a German accent? Is that what I'm hearing, Kim Tae-hee? I guess that's one thing that I really love about sort of future sci-fi-ish kind of stuff is explorations of culture melding. Like, I love that in Altered Carbon, there was an Asian man's brain and identity ported into a white man. So his name is Takeshi Kovacs. Kovacs? Or Jeff Bridges' line in Looper, where he's like, "Learn Chinese. I'm from the future."
Sector scanned.
Uh-oh. Sector scan and no resources were found. Get out of here. There's some concrete here. Let's see how we're doing on resources. So we have good amounts of concretes and metals. Dubsy is going to go ahead and continue his collection. He's doing a great job of it. And I think, you know what? I think it's time for our first biodome. I think it's time for our first... We're going to build our first biodome, right? Where do we want the first dome to be, huh? Maybe out here somewhere? This is good. And then I can have Mr. Jack just kind of be over here and just manage a lot of this stuff. He's an awfully responsible Jack.
Research complete.
Things at 3x speed are awesome. This music is awesome. And you know what? Everyone here is fucking awesome. It's a beautiful day. Grandpa says, so each thing has to be connected to a line? Yeah, so, I'm gonna kind of stop and explain stuff here, because again, I think that the biggest downside in this game is the education. it doesn't quite explain what your goals are and what you're trying to do, and sort of what your goals and what your problems are, and what your tools are to get there. So basically, every single resource in the game needs to, in some way, be ported from its collection point to a storage point, and from the storage point to the usage point. So for instance, water here has to be connected to pipes, which you see, like, right here. And then it gets stored in this water tower. And then it gets pulled from the water tower and sent directly into something that would use it, such as this biodome, which has a basic usage rate. I think we have some polymers here, yeah. And likewise, power. I generate power from this Stirling generator or from some of these large solar panels. I'm going to store them in these batteries, and then through these power lines, it will then get deposited into these structures. So that's, I just build my power lines and my pipes sort of on the same thing together. Other things like metals that Dubsy's going off to go collect right now. I can store them here, and then I can store, in this Universal Depot, we have different things like machine parts, polymers, and now all these little drones are taking them from A to B. So the drones function as, you know, power lines or pipes might function for electricity and water. The drones do this for the actual sort of material concrete stuff. So here's Dubsy off doing long distance collection. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Sorry. Go back in mine. That was my bad. Oh yeah, and you can rotate. Although I kind of like things being a little centered. I don't really see a big need to adjust this. So this is just getting produced right now. So this needs 80 concrete. And I think I actually have enough concrete. Should I build another concrete extractor? I think I am going to. Do I want this here? Oh wow, that's a lot. And this is really great. Okay, so now I'm going to build another power cable. Is this guy in range? So I think I can't. I think this is able to operate this. I'm going to get a power cable. Kind of messed up on this placement, but you know, it's not the biggest deal. So I'm going to do that, and let's see, so these will also need a waste dumping site, and produce that there.
Sector scanned.
Alright, so we're continuing to scan our nearby sectors. It doesn't look like there's really anything, but I want to make sure that anything that's kind of touching vaguely where I am. That's good. Sectors, if you notice transport route option for the transport, let's auto mine, haul, deliver, and return to mine, see if there's more to the deposit. If you set the return point as the base wire, they will charge full before leaving. Really?
Research complete.
Oh. 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 Alright. Alright. I see. See, this is going to be really useful because... Oh, gosh. Okay, so how does this work? Create an automatic transfer. Set source. Again, set destination. Gosh, it's so amazing. Okay, here's why this is really amazing. Because what I could do is, for instance, I have enough for 3 little mining things here. I can just barely fit another one right in here. So then I'm going to be collecting a lot of concrete here, which will obviously get deposited here. This drone hub, though, only operates in this area. So let's say I'm building out a bunch of stuff over here. What I can do is I can actually have Dubsy picking up 45 units of concrete and just dropping it off over here. So all of these structures that might be over here that would need concrete, I'm just constantly moving back and forth. Box Boat Engineer says, I thought you had to micromanage that rover. Yeah, dude, this is what I'm talking about, is that this is Oh, you can just hit recharge. And it'll recharge. I see. So I think for the most part, if I'm looking at my resources, we have a power shortage in the evening due to this, but I don't think that I'm quite ready to... These require polymers. Okay, so let's... I want to see what happens when I... Oops, click out here. There we go. So if I click on this, I can get a sense of... So that's from the last sol. Otherwise, the resources and consumption buildings do not count towards the... Okay. So this is like yesterday's consumption. So we can see the power, production of power, demand, and the stored power. We're storing a lot of oxygen, a lot of water, which is great, because I really want hydroponics farms, which is great. So I think that what we're going to do, here's what we're going to do. We're going to order a nice little rocket. We're going to get a cargo rocket. Okay, so we're going to immediately get some. Let's go back. Okay, so we don't have a lot of fuel, but it's actually not that tough to make. Actually, how much is... It's under production, is that right? There's the drone assembler, research drone printing, life support. What the hell is this thing? So I guess I don't have it yet? Is that right? By the way, this radio is so amazing. Let me actually just... I'm gonna switch radio stations. What's the free Earth channel? Gosh, this game. Okay, okay, what am I... This is so amazing. So I think I'm going to need a fuel generator prefab, and in my research, is it in engineering, new building, fuel refinery? So we're doing the hydroscopic. I'm doing that to open up more biotech, which is fine. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. Drone assembler constructs drone prefabs from electronics. But it requires people. Okay. Is there any copyright? You know, that's actually a great point. I kind of gotta not get DMCA. This is actually this gigantic issue that is becoming even more gigantic. Like, fortunately, because I am a streamer on Twitch and on YouTube, most of the revenue comes from subscribers and that sort of things. But, in Grand Theft Auto 5, one of the beautiful features, God, I just realized I'm gonna get demonetized like crazy on this. So, in Grand Theft Auto 5, the radio stations have modern music. You know, I heard some Ricky Martin when I was on this, Britney Spears. And if that audio is playing in the video that I create of me playing GTA 5, it gets demonetized and I make no money on it as a video. So I have to be super careful about that. Also, there's a significant number of DMCA trolls. Like, a lot. Like, we constantly deal with people that are just like, oh, no, I gotta claim that. I'm gonna claim that thing. It's really sucky. So, on one hand, the technology, you could argue, is behind... or is ahead of the law on this type of thing. But on the other hand, This is why I'm so grateful for the subscription system that exists for bits, for services like Patreon. I don't use a Patreon. I don't have a donation other than, you know, from bits here. Things like merchandise. I'm really grateful that these things exist, because this is how I make my revenue. Like, you know, if you put on an ad blocker, totally okay. It's totally okay. Does not ruin my income. It's really about the subscriptions, be able to do that. And I don't say this that much on this channel because I'm sort of a believer in not overly reading everything that's going on. Oh my god, so-and-so subscribed. Okay, back to the, oh wait, so-and-so subscribed, so-and-so subscribed. Okay, Silent Game playing, so-and-so subscribed. You know, I like to talk and converse and try to create content and all that sort of stuff. Not that that's bad. I think I'm particularly bad at doing that and keeping a flow on the game. But I don't say this enough. I'm unbelievably grateful to all of you who are subscribers in this channel, because you make it possible for me to do this without worrying about things that much, like, oh my gosh, this entire video is going to get copyright takedown. So, thank you. Oh, shoot, shit. Well, this is a job for Mr. Jackart. I placed this just barely wrong. Little problems, little problems. That's what makes all games fun, is when you encounter little problems.
Cable
like
fault
that.
reported.
Malfunctioning cable. I gotta be a little careful about this, because if we have like long lines of power, we can get boned. Amanda. Where's my metals? Okay, let's send Dubsy out here. Thank you, Amazon Prime. Yeah, Amazon Prime's really good. Where are the rocks? There they are. Actually, so wait. So if we set this, boom. Wait a minute, wait a minute. If I set this on this thing, okay. Well, I guess it's not the most accurate there ever were. Alright. Dude, Box Boat and Nerd is... Box Boat in a Nerd? No, I meant Box Boat Engineered is killing it. Oh, we're paused. I think we might actually have to... Might actually have to leave Mr. Jackart there. Okay.
Vehicle battery low.
Vehicle battery low. Who's tired? You're doing great, Dubsy. Don't even worry about it. Let's go ahead back here and recharge. And you know, let's get a whole let's get an overview status-wise of how we're doing. I think the big thing is that we have no rare metals, but I think that we really want to make sure that we have enough food and concrete. Oh, to Platypus 222 is 1,000 bits just in case this video gets demonetized. Thank you to Platypus. Kick Astronaut says, is there any difference between an Amazon Prime sub and a normal sub? I used to sub normally until Prime came along. Nope, no difference at all. No difference in the slightest. The one difference is you have to manually re-up Amazon Prime. Otherwise, that would be the most abusable system in the world. Mom! Grandma! I'd go to my neighbor and be like, just do this thing. I'll literally give you $20 if you just do this. Oh, yes. Thank you, Xenic. Yeah, let me move this over to here. Yeah. Okay, so you know what? Let's get some rockets going. And fast question, is it paused when I'm doing that? So if I go to here, it looks like it. We want to get a cargo rocket coming here, right? We want to get some food coming to make sure that there's enough for the colonists. And I kind of want to get more polymers just in case, more machine parts just in case, some electronics. I probably don't need that many electronics. Gotta make sure we don't go bust out. But I think the prefab buildings are going to be the big thing. Drones, so I have, starts with 4, I bought 7, so I should have 11, so I want 9 more drones. But I think that polymer factory, I don't think I necessarily need any of these yet. I think another drone hub is going to be nice. It's more, it just weighs a lot. I don't know when I'm going to need that, but I'm going to go ahead and get that. Produces fuel from water. I guess 2 of these seem reasonable. And then we're going to go back and we're going to get a bunch of drones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. However, wait. Does this now have... Whoa! It increases it by 80. I thought it increased it to 80. Oh! Dude, can you just imagine if this was just scooted a touch over? That's okay. We have Mr. Jack, who's going to be able to just kind of manage this. They're going to kind of have a heavy drone load. For whatever reason, it doesn't actually show that drone load there. Whatever. Yeah, this is just out of range. Mr. Jack might wind up just kind of living right here. Just managing a lot of this stuff. But, you know, I'm going to bring another drone hub, and depending on what sort of resources are up in this sector, I'm almost done scanning it. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this, to our rocket, cargo rocket, prefab buildings. I think I want another drone hub. I'm going to get 2 fuel refineries, so that way I can start launching the rockets back. I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I just do want a lot of food. I'm going to get 20 of these guys. Orbital probes are tight. I actually don't want a crap load of drones. Alright, I think I just want lots of drones. Funding. Whoops! Alright, we're launching. Getting our second concrete extractor constructed. We don't quite have the concrete done yet. And in our resources, we do have 5. But, yeah, see, I'm always worried about being low on polymers and stuff. Because, I mean, like, this has polymer upkeep. This has polymer upkeep. Alright.
Sector scanned.
Alright, so there's actually not really very much here. There's just some metals. But that's okay. That is okay. Good job, Dubsy. Let's let Dubsy just heal up for a little bit, huh? Research complete. So we got the vaporators done. What is this? A farm. Kinda want that. Kinda want that. Let's go ahead and... That allows the polymer factory, and the... Yeah, that seems good. Cargo space increase. Oh shit, I never researched that. What is this one that I'm doing?
No active research.
So we're doing this, and then probably like this in this order, because I'm bringing my fuels in. Sensor towers no longer require power or maintenance. God, this is gonna be so great. Probes are cheaper and can deep scan. Whoops. Rips. We are hella low on metals. Alright, everyone's charging up. Just gonna go ahead and get Box Boat Engineered out here. Getting ready to do stuff. So when this dome gets constructed, I feel like this is where, like, Phase 2 of the game begins. Phase 1 is just establishing life support resources and just admiring everything that is happening with everything. We'll probably put a dome here and, like, another dome here. And also, just to understand super clearly, how do you transfer... Okay, so colonists do not move from dome to dome freely, correct? In other words, if I have an apartment here and a bunch of places to work here, but then I put an entertainment dome over here, is it true that civilians here cannot go to these entertainment facilities and entertain themselves here? Isn't that right? I think that's right. I think. Can someone confirm, deny? This is going to change my planning a lot. Am I going to PAX East this year? Nah, I'm not. Unfortunately, I am not. Because, fortunately, I'm doing some other things that are also pretty cool. The data says, I found a link to Paradox's fair use policy for the music in their games if you want to check that out. Oh my god. I just want it. First of all, Talapus says, I know they can spontaneously change residence between domes. Really? What is the mechanism by which that happens? Can someone explain to me the logistics of civilian movement between domes, please? I love Paradox. I've met some of the folks at Paradox. They're just awesome people. The games they publish are sensational. The campaigns that they do are really genuine and thoughtful and nice. Like they're doing a stream today for the launch of Surviving Mars. It feels very personal, a lot of the ways that they do promotions, which I really like. You know, I worked with them on the Tyranny promotion, and they were just lovely as hell. I mean, just great. I mean, oh, they're the best. And this was brought up because someone noted their fair use policy with the music, which, though I believe is probably a great policy and very thoughtful, you know, that they're even considering streamers like this in their plans. But there's still YouTube folk who will scan my shit and demonetize it. Alright, so we're almost done with our basic dome. We're on day... What day is it?
Research complete.
5. It's day 5. Low G high rise. Good, 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 good. So we are, like, right about to be able to build that. Okay, so Mr. Jack... he's probably going to be able to do this. Where's Dubsy? Dubsy, I think, is over here. We just let him charge up a little bit. And now what he's going to do is he is going to... Let's see if this works. We're going to collect resources from there. We're going to unload it over here. Looks like cold brew. Is it any good?
Sector scanned.
It's okay.
Anomaly found. Select a sector to scan.
Great. Ooh, this is some not nice terrain. Like, we're probably gonna have to build a tunnel out to here. Some more concrete over there. Which way am I gonna be building into? I mean, this looks like an area. We'll just... What's the scan boost? Probably like that. Oh, you love anomalies, don't you? Oh! It's half done! Oh, we're paused. Herder. I wonder if there's a way to increase the scanning range. I mean, I might just create, like, a drone hub here that just services this area.
Milestone achieved.
Alright, this dome is not operational due to lack of colonists. Great, great. Out of 8. Dude, it's time to design. Alright, so I think apartments. Needs a lot of concrete. Okay. Provides place for colonists. Cramped quarters grant less comfort during rest. But I think I really do want that. Yeah. And there is... I think it's under life support. There's a farm. Dude, how far away is this, huh? Get out of here. So my farm is being researched. It's time. It's time to get a rocket full of people. Okay, so what are these people largely going to do? I'll probably want them to build polymers, which will be constructed outside of the facility. Our other rocket is almost here. So let's see how we want to design this. We're going to have a farm here. Hydroponic farm. I think hydroponic farms are just the coolest, man. They're so cool. However, dome surfaces. Okay. Let's just do some basics, yeah? There's going to be a grocery store here. Boop! Yep. Yeah. Alright, there's going to be some gaming and some shopping here. Boop. Social. Yep. I love this. I love this. Oh my god, we got a people bubble. So we got a little... so we got some... This is some of the basic needs here. What are some of the other things? Casino, luxury, gaming, social. That just takes so many electronics. I don't want to do that at all. This is exercise and social. So this grants... So the apartment complex grants less comfort during rest, right? Where's the water reclamation system? So this is just for relaxation, exercise, and playing. I'm gonna go exercise at the fountain. I'm gonna go exercise at the statue. Oh, cool. That's actually pretty tight. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Isn't this right? Where's the homes? Grants less comfort. Are there other services that increase comfort? Space for children? We ain't got no babies. Playground, school. Cultivates desired perks in children using modern remote learning techniques. This is a research lab. We could do that. We're gonna need some farmers for certain. So I think I want to leave like 2 of these open. And I don't want to do that many. So we'll have like a little infirmary here. It's a lot of polymers. Let's just do some. Let's make some decoration. Alleys, beautiful park with alleys and benches. Oh, that's gonna look nice. I mean, I think it's really important to make the thing be beautiful. It's a little diner, little social areas, small garden. Stone garden? No, I want some greens in here. I really want some greens. I think that's nice. I think it looks really nice. An entire lake! Space Lake! Actually, that's what I'm gonna do, man. We're canceling this. We're destroy this building. Find them and destroy them. Yeah, that's beautiful. And then we're going to have something like a research facility. How big is a research lab? Oh, it's not so big. Okay, well, cool. I think I am going to build this research facility. I got to make sure that it's not too much. We're also going to need some workers in here, and we're going to need a farm. Make the whole dome a lake. That's what I'm talking about, unemployed Shaku. Let's literally build a lake dome. So that way, all the water can relax, play, and exercise with all the other water. We're thinking with portals now. Sector scanned. No resources. That's fine. We got box boating nerd. Or box boat engine nerd. Excuse me. All right, it's time to select all minions. All right. See, we only have one more rocket. Let's look in the age group. We just don't want children. What if we actually just chuck out the middle-aged, right? You know what? Forgive me. I need to use the restroom. So we're going to take ourselves a very quick break. It's not going to be very long. We're just going to do, I'm going to say just like a 3-minute break. So that way I can run to the restroom, get more water, and that's it. That's it. So when we come back, we're going to order some humans that are going to be the very first colonists on our Mars colony. Yay! And then we're going to make sure that all of our maintenance upkeep things are doing good. So stay tuned, because when we return, we're going to be surviving some Mars. What's a good 3-minute song? Ooh, I know the exact one.